And look at that, friends. We have spring rolls that look amazing with a sauce that took us less than 30 seconds to assemble. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another great episode of Rihanna's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making Moo Goo Gai pan. Moo Goo Gai pan is made from mushrooms and chicken. So if you don't like mushrooms, the main ingredient is mushrooms, because Moo Goo means mushrooms. And then we're going to be adding all these vegetables in there. I've got carrots, spring onions, I've got the end part of the spring onions, I've got some orange bell pepper, red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, pea pods, honey, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, some ginger, and then I have some oyster sauce here, but this is the vegetarian oyster sauce, so you don't have to use it. If you don't have it at home, you could use hoisin sauce instead. But because it's vegetarian, I thought we could, I'll give it a try. I've tried it once before and it tastes really good. It's just a little fishy, so you want to add a little less of it. Don't add too much. So first is first, let's go ahead and marinate our chicken. And so we can let that rest while we get our sauce and our stir fry going. So I just added a little bit of garlic and ginger paste into our chicken. And the chicken too can be cut in any way you like. I just cut them in thin strips here. You could make them really tiny chunks or however you want it. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 egg in here. Okay, to this we're going to add some black pepper. Again, you could add as more or as less as you please. Okay, now the one more thing we're going to add in here is the cornstarch. And I'll do about it. I'm doing a tablespoon of cornstarch. Let's mix it first. And you just want it where it's coated the chicken, but then you don't see the white powdery thing on it. So I think 1 tablespoon is perfect in here. Now I'm going to leave this open because we're going to be using the cornstarch again for our sauce. I'm also going to go ahead and add salt in here per your taste. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to leave this on the side and we're going to go ahead and prepare our sauce. Now for our sauce here, I have 1 cup of just water. What you can use is you could use chicken broth if you like, if you have some at home. You can also add the chicken broth blocks, the burbulin that you get. You can add that in there too. So the choice is yours. So I have 1 cup of water here. To that I'm going to be adding 1.5 tablespoons. So we got our oyster sauce in there. We're going to go ahead and add our Worcestershire sauce and our soy sauce. To this I'm going to add the ginger. And then I'm going to add the honey in here too. Now you could skip this altogether. You could add a little bit of sugar in there too if you like. Okay, mix this really well. Then we're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in here. Alright, give it a good stir. You could add some sambal in here too, or some chili paste if you like. We're going to leave that on the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat up the pan. So I got my oven, my wok on, and it's heating up pretty nice. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and add my olive oil in here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, once my olive oil is nice and warm, I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken in here. So we're not deep frying the chicken, we're just kind of pan frying it. And you don't want to crowd the pan, just want to get enough in there. And we're going to cook this chicken halfway through. Our chicken is almost half done. I'm just going to try and see if I can, in fact, chicken cooks so quickly that, let me grab that piece here so I can show you. It's so soft, yet there's no pink in it. So that means that it is cooked. So I'm quickly going to get it out of our wok here and transfer it into a bowl. Now you can see that I did not transfer it in the same bowl that I had my raw chicken in, so make sure that you change your tongs or your spoons or whatever that has touched the raw chicken. So now we're gonna go ahead and stir fry our vegetables. To this I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil, and I'm gonna throw in my mushrooms. Now, I love mushrooms. I have a lot of mushrooms in there. If you don't like mushrooms, and if you want to put less of the mushrooms in there and add more of the veggies, that's fine too. We're just gonna cook these down just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions in here, and we're going to add the white part of the onion in here, and we're going to leave the green part for later. Go ahead and add my pea pods, and the pea pods I cut it in half. You can leave it whole if you like. Go ahead and add my carrots in here just for the color, and then we're going to add some red peppers in there. Oops, the yellow. and the orange. Look at the colors of this dish. And we're just gonna cook this down just until the veggies are just a little soft, just a little. You know, not to the point where they're completely mushy or where they don't have the crunch in there yet, but just enough so all the flavors are incorporating together. They say when you're eating, you try and get all the 5 food colors in there, or as many food colors as you can onto your plate. You just need one dish to accomplish that task here. And see, I didn't have to add any chicken stock in there or water because the peppers secreted its own juices, and which is really good because now you're getting all these natural juices working together. Okay. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and add our chicken in there. Then what you want to do is you just want to make a little well in the middle. And we're going to take our sauce, mix it really well. I gave it a taste test and it tastes perfect. Just want to add the sauce in there. And it's going to start thickening. And my stove is on the highest heat at this point. The cornstarch is going to help us thicken the sauce here. And the Moo Goo Gai pan is supposed to be like a lighter color, not dark. So this is why we didn't add any of our dark soy sauce in here or thick soy sauce in here, because we don't want the dish to have a dark color to it. And the sauce is thickening up really nicely here. And I can smell the ginger coming through. It smells excellent. Look at how our sauce thickened up. See? At this point, I'm going to turn off my heat because I don't want the sauce to thicken up even more. So we're going to shut our stove off, and then I'm going to add just some spring onion ends to it. Now, if you don't like it, if you don't want to have too much onion flavor in there, you can always leave it out. Alright, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how it's going to look after we've got it plated. Sure. There you have it, friends. Moo Goo Gai pan. And it's really a colorful dish. I'm going to grab a fork so I can do a quick taste test for you. And I want to try the chicken because the chicken looks so soft. The best part about this is that we didn't cook the chicken too much, so it's not tough, it's not even hard. It's so soft, it's just melting in my mouth. And all the colors and all the vegetables have infused the flavor, and it's just an awesome flavor. This concludes our episode of Moo Goo Gai Pan. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Rihanna's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great recipe. See you then, friends.